What's going on,
Hi.
family? In this video, we're going to talk about how to change your focus, because if you change your focus, you'll change your life. So in life, so many times throughout the course of our life, we focus on what's wrong, right? What isn't going right, how things aren't the way they're supposed to be, why your life isn't where it should be, why things aren't happening the way you want them to, how life is always happening to you. I can't believe this happened to me. I can't believe this happened to me. You know, this is horrible. My life is horrible. You can always focus on how you have a horrible marriage, or how my wife doesn't treat me right, my husband doesn't treat me right, the elders don't treat me right, this person doesn't treat me right, life isn't fair, this isn't good. You can always focus on what's wrong. What's a couple more examples?
Just everything that made
Right.
me stressed out.
Right.
What you just said.
Right.
How would a person
I don't have
that
enough money.
thinks all of this
Yeah.
stuff,
Right.
how would you feel? Like just stressed,
It stresses
not
you out.
happy. Yeah.
What are some things that make you depressed? Think about it. We'll give you a second.
Money, health.
Think about it. While you watch this video, just think in your head. What do you need to focus on in order for you to feel depressed? You put your head down, you put your shoulders down, you stop breathing slow, you talk quietly. What do you need to focus on in order to feel depressed? Go ahead. Think about it.
Some people would just say life.
Right? Is it life? Is it your past? Is it what's going on right now? Is it you focusing on the future? What do you need to focus on in order to feel depressed? I'm sure you could find that very quick, right? What's going wrong in your life? How about that? What's going wrong? If we want to focus on what makes us depressed, we can do that so quickly, right?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, most people that are depressed do that on a regular basis. And if you're suffering from depression, hey, I feel for you. My mother, my brother, everyone I know suffers from depression. We all have at times, right? But there's ways to break through that. But I just want to ask you, what's going wrong in your life? Because you can always focus on what's going wrong in your life. How the money's wrong, how your future's wrong, how you had a bad past, all these negative things, right?
So what's wrong, it's always available. But so is what's
right.
Yes.
Right. What's wrong is always available, but so is what's right. What's going wrong in your marriage? What's going wrong in your job? What's going wrong in the congregation? What's going wrong in your future? What happened that happened to you that was wrong in your past, right?
We have so many ways to feel depressed and sad. And
so
so many little ways to feel happy.
Right?
Yeah.
We have so many ways to feel depressed, but such few ways to feel happy.
It's crazy.
Isn't that messed up? Why is that? Because what's wrong is always available, but so is what's right, right? So you could say...
Our brains are programmed to see what's
to
wrong.
always look for what's wrong.
If you tell me,
hey
babe,
why are you watching this video? Find something good about it. You're still focusing on what's wrong.
I didn't like what he said. I didn't like what she said. I don't really agree with what they said.
I don't like his hair. I don't like his
thumbs
teeth.
down.
I don't like his haircut.
Yeah. So you're gonna always focus on what's wrong. That's how our brains are programmed to see the wrong. Even if I'm telling you, find what's right. Find what's right.
What are you constantly looking for? You're constantly looking for what's wrong. What's wrong in your marriage? What's wrong in the congregation? What's wrong about this speaker? What's wrong about this talk? What's wrong about this Bible reading while you're at the congregation? What's wrong about my job? What's wrong about my boss? What's wrong about my house? What's wrong about the weather? What's wrong about my car? Look it, I'm running off of things. There's no preparation. We're not reading notes. There's no teleprompter here. This is always just off of our heart. Not even off our head. This is off our heart. But what we're sharing with you is real. We're always looking for what's wrong. But if you want to change your life, you have to start looking for what's right. What's going right in your life? Take a moment, think about it. What is going right in your marriage? What's going right in your job? What is going right in your congregation? What's going right at this present moment? What's going right with the weather? What's going right with your car? Think about it. What happened that was good in your past? What happened that was great right now? What's great about your future? What's great about your past? What's great about your marriage? Think about it, find it. If you can, pause this video, start writing it down. What's great about your life? Because I can promise you, you can make a list this long, right? As long as you're on, of what's wrong in your life, but you could also make a list the same size
of what's right.
of what's right. but it's a lot harder, isn't it? Now that we had you think about if you did it, what's wrong, and now you're trying to focus on what's right, it's a little bit more difficult to focus on what's right. Why? Because our bodies are trained, our mind is trained to always look for what's wrong. But what's right is always available. And we're trying to help you see something that we see. Because once you start focusing on what's going good in your life, what is that going to do for you? If you're in a beautiful state, can you be more creative? Can you be more thoughtful? Can you be more caring? Can you be more loving? Can you be more energetic? If you have all those things, what could you find? You could be more resourceful, right? You could get more money. You could get a better job. You could do more in the congregation. You could be a better spouse. You could be a better person. You could be a better employee. With all those things, right? Because when you're in a beautiful, happy, uplifting, energetic, playful state, what could you do? What could you do? Something, anything, right? But how do you get there? By focusing on what's going right in your life. You know, so many people, well, my spouse doesn't do this.
And it's
what
crazy.
does your spouse do right?
And it's crazy because in this, like, society or the world we're living in now, people are so used to sharing what's going wrong in their life,
right?
And what struggles they're going through.
Right.
That's, like I said in another video, that's all we share.
Yeah.
And even we do it, you know. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
Right.
I had such a bad day at work. My boss did this,
Right.
my boss, and you couldn't believe like what happened today,
Right.
and you couldn't believe I went to the doctor and this is what he told me.
Right.
Like it's all negative stuff. So
Right.
that's all we share. So we have to start sharing what's good in our life, so then people around us can start sharing what's good in their life, and we become better people, happier people.
Right.
We do everything, you know, a little bit better. We're doing it more joyfully. We're just happy people. We want to become more of that. People are so involved with what's going on wrong that we're always so depressed and sad, and we're not happy with life, and we hate it. We need to appreciate that we have life.
We're on a joyful movement is what we're on.
Yes, we have to appreciate that we're alive, that we're healthy. Hopefully we are, that we're walking if we walk.
If you're
that we
breathing
can
right now, you're
see,
healthy.
that we can hear. You know, the other people don't have any of that, and they're happy. They're happy because they know Jehovah God, because they know the resurrection. They know of the future, the hope of you know, being healthy in the future, being able to walk, being able to see, being able to hear. So we have to appreciate everything that we have, because we don't appreciate what we
Focus
have
on what's
until
going right
we
in your
lose
life.
it. Until we lose it, then we're like, oh, you know, I had it so good, but now it's too late. Like, you have to appreciate what you do have when you do have it.
And you have to put things in perspective, right? So you could say, oh, I can't believe it's raining today. I was gonna go preaching. I have to walk to take the bus. I have to walk to work, right? And it's raining. Oh, I hate this. I can't believe this. I'm so upset. You're focusing on what's wrong, right? But what's going right in that situation? Hey, at least it's not a hurricane. At least it's not a tornado. At least there's no tsunami. At least it's not a natural disaster. At least it's not a mudslide. It could be
at least you can go preaching.
tornado.
There's some brothers and sisters that can't go out preaching because they can't. It's not allowed. So
you can constantly be focused on what's wrong, right? Hey, my spouse doesn't tell me, you know, thank you enough. My spouse doesn't do this enough. They don't do that enough. I can't believe they talk to me like this. Or you can focus on what's right. At least I have a spouse. At least I have someone to love. At least I have someone to care for. At least I have a father of my children. At least my spouse is still there. At least they're still healthy. At least they're still breathing. You know, you have to find more ways to feel happy and fewer ways to feel depressed. We have so many ways to feel depressed and such few ways to feel happy. What does it take in order for you to get depressed? Oh, to focus on anything, right? What does it take for you to get happy? Well, everything has to be perfect. Well, that sounds pretty impossible, doesn't it?
We're imperfect. How can everything be perfect?
You know, instead of saying,
in order
for you to feel depressed, here's a rule to set up. I'm going to do a whole separate video on this, but here's a rule. You could say, anytime I consistently believe in the illusion that my life is 1,000 times worse than anybody else, that I consistently believe. There's nothing wrong with getting depressed. There's nothing wrong with tapping into negative behaviors, because that's a natural part of life, right? Jehovah feels sadness, but he doesn't live there. We don't live in these negative states. You don't have to. So in order for you to feel depressed, in order for me to feel depressed, I have to consistently believe what? Make it difficult to get depressed. And then say, in order for me to feel happy, or to feel joyful, playful, whatever word you'd like to use, Anytime I
smile.
Anytime I wake up. Anytime I am breathing. Anytime I focus on something I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
Anytime I am able to pray to God. Anytime I feel Jehovah's guidance in my life. Anytime I am able to walk. Anytime I am able to see. Anytime I am able to taste or hear or touch or feel.
Make it easy.
Make it easy to feel good and difficult to feel upset. And if you do that, you'll change your whole life. So remember, friends, what's wrong is always available, but so is what's right. But it's going to take a lot more effort, a lot more time to focus on what's going right in your life. But I can promise you, if you do that, you take a little assignment, write down what's going right in your life, and you'll change your life and you'll change your state. And if you do that, change your rules, make it more difficult to feel upset and easier to feel happy, it'll change the rest of your life.
So family, comment on what's right in your life right now, and what are you grateful for.
Give us at least 3 things that are going right in your life. You want to tell us more? Feel free to go ahead. But that's a challenge to you.
Yes.
Write down below, what are 3 things that are going right in your life right now? And your marriage, your career, your congregation, the business, your relationship with Jehovah. Find at least 3 things that are going right in your life.
Or more.
Right?
Love you guys.
All right, family. Be sure to like this video
share.
if you enjoyed it, shared it, and of course subscribe as well.
All right,
Love you guys.
bye.
Bye.